Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, everybody, and welcome, friends, to my favorite hour of the week, and yours too, I hope, right here on Psychic Sundays. I see we have quite a few people already here to get readings and join the conversation, and you're all welcome.
You're yelling.
Oh, am I?
Yep.
Oh, comes with age. You get a little deaf, and the next thing you know, you're just shouting at everybody.
That's why they have hearing aids.
Oh, dear. I might end up with a hearing aid someday, but not today. I just won't shout at you anymore, okay? Anyhow, if anybody wants a reading with me in person, call the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. I'm there the second Friday and Saturday of every month and the fourth Friday and Saturday of every month. I'm also there the Wednesday in between. So I'll be there next Friday and Saturday, and I do believe I have some appointments available. So if you'd like to see me, come on down to Stratford and get an appointment at the spa near the tracks. If you want to have your question read online first on Psychic Sundays, all you need to do is send it in advance to info@sallydiane.com, and that is my email address. If you want to send me a letter or make suggestions or anything, I'm open to whatever communication you send to me at info@sallydiane.com. So this week, Miss C sent a question, and she's writing from Florida. She says, well, you were right about delays in our flight to Florida, and I'm sorry about that. But she says she's enjoying Florida. And she says, we have booked back to Toronto for a few days in February, then back to Florida. How will that trip go? Sunny skies and no delays we are hoping for this time. Well, you certainly deserve it. And a sunny person like you should get sunny skies. So let's see what the cards have to say about your little trip to Toronto. I know some people say it Toronto, but I say it Toronto. Okay, whoops. So we're going to start out with that Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is a messenger. And it looks like when you are coming, you are going to get some unexpected news. And it might not be your favorite news of the year, let's put it that way. Okay. Yeah, you're still reeling from all the delays from the last trip. You know how they say, once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, I can see you're worried about that. But don't worry, you asked for sun. My friend, you got sun. And clear skies. Yes, you will have a good visit. So put the stress away. You'll be fine. All right, so who do we have first online?
Well, hello, Kangan and Margaret, High Priestess, Braveheart, Joanne,
My
New
goodness.
Love, Angie, Kara, Cool Libra, Starfall, welcome back. Let's see who's got the first question. The High Priestess, will me and my current love interest rise above certain burdens that have come forth?
Well, that's part of relationships, you know. But I'm going to look at it. I know I'm getting a little preachy. What were you going to say?
It's up to them to rise above it.
Well, yes.
And you can only do it yourself.
Well,
You know,
yes.
you can't say, "Oh, I'm going to rise above it if he does or if she does."
Yes.
You just
and
either rise above it or you don't.
you're so good, because the first thing it talks about is that you have that Five of Wands reversed. So it is telling me that the competition between the two of you for position or be the most this or the most that, it's just getting too serious. I don't know what your point is or what his point is, but you guys are getting way too serious about this. Yeah. And you have this is the Hierophant, actually, and it's reversed. I think that one of the things that's the problem is I don't know why there'd be discussion of marriage this soon, but it seems like there's a real differing opinion between the two of you on what the relationship should be going forward. So he might not be ready for it to develop the way you are. Oh, good, good. Okay, you asked if you were going to, and it says yes, you will. Okay. So, thank you. All right.
Pardon my arm there, folks. I was just increasing the font for Sally.
He's always watching out for me.
Joanne would like a reading for the rest of February. Let me check. It's only the 4th. Ooh, what does Joanne need to know?
What?
She's given up on February already. It's the rest. Yep, it's the rest of it now.
Yeah. Well, there is something very important in February that's coming up next week, and that would be the Lunar New Year. The changing from the rabbit to the dragon.
Can I get you some hand glue?
Sure. Give me a basket. Okay, so we were looking at
Joanne.
Joanne and what Joanne needs to know for February.
You just need to scroll up.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And a little that way.
A little that way. Okay. We can do a little that way. All right.
Woo!
All right. So what you need to know most about February is that you know how they say your attitude attitude determines your altitude, right? And with you, it's about money this month, and it starts out. You have the Queen of Coins reversed, and I think that represents maybe your fears about money. I think maybe you're being too you're doing you're viewing money and finances through anxiety and stress, and it's not helping you out. And I think that you've kind of gotten cemented into a few attitudes that might not be exactly right, but all the things that you're worried about money wise needn't come true. They really don't. It just says all you need to do is just get ahead of it. Instead of sitting down and accepting defeat, stand up and face whatever concerns you have and fix the darn thing. Because when I look at as you get toward the end of February, you're feeling much better about money, and I see your finances rejuvenated. So I do think that you're going to make some changes in your finances this month that will help you going forward. I know finance is boring.
Hello, Kangan. Kangan wants to know about the rest of February. Nope, this week in February.
This week in February. Okay, so this week in Kangan for February.
Felix doesn't know it yet, but this week he's getting his nails trimmed.
Oh, is he?
Allegedly.
Yeah, he loves that. I don't know. Is it trimming of the nail or the paw hair?
No. The allegedly is part of the running joke here now. Are you off today? Allegedly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so Kangan.
7 a.m. scheduling. Can you work?
Okay, Kangan. Let's see how you're doing this week. Oh, you're going to have some transportation problems early on in the week. So I think Monday and Tuesday, which I know is tomorrow, and the next day, make sure you have a backup plan in mind. And double check on your transportation early enough for you to maybe call a cab or take a bus or whatever, because it looks like you've got transportation issues. But since it shows up first thing, I thoroughly believe that you can overcome this. Of course you can. Oh, really? That's sweet. Okay, so this week you'll have a few transportation problems. I see that. And I think that you're worried about a certain situation you're in being permanent. I mean, being temporary, and it's actually becomes permanent this week. And that feels like a good thing, because it relieves stress for you, And the best thing is you're going to get news of a pregnancy. One of your friends or somebody in your family is expecting a baby. Feels like there's a lot of joy around it. So I think this might be a little one you'll get to hold and kiss. So nice. Thank you. Okay. So,
Who is next?
who is?
Braveheart. When will I get my apartment?
Oh, Braveheart. You worry about that so much. This is the third week.
Well,
Yeah, I know. I
but
understand that.
that's
That's well, we understand. We totally understand. We've been in that position. Okay, Braveheart. When are you going to get me a new apartment? Okay. Okay, so says 6 weeks here, March here. So I would say March. Okay. I think she's behind on doing whoever's checking up on the background things. It just feels like whoever's doing that, the paperwork's a little slow and they're a little bit behind on making necessary calls. And that's the only reason why you haven't heard about an apartment yet. But it says 6 weeks, March. So there you go.
alrighty. Okay, new love. What does Peter feel about me? Go ask him.
Go ask him, definitely. Go ask him. Really. You
Better
know,
yet, how about you go and tell him how you feel about him? Ta-da! Moving on. Margaret, will my new house in April bring me blessings?
that's up to you. Let's see what the cards have to say. It might give me some suggestions as to how to ensure blessings. You can also look at the house number and see what number house you have. Okay, so Margaret's new house in April. Yes. Nice new beginning. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. There is this thing. I think that where you're moving might have a little bit of enchantment to it or something, because one thing it's saying is it's really, really important that you treasure and embrace honesty on this. So you have to insist on 100% honesty on that property. But it looks like this is something that, yes, you can be happy with and be rooted for a while. And they're also talking about a man in your life. Oh, I guess I should say something a little bit more. He seems well grounded, maybe a little bit more adult than some. He seems well grounded and adult. This might be somebody who's already in your life, just because he seems to be rooted there. But he has a favorable influence with the house.
All right, next we have Angie. May I please get your insight into the man I'll marry? Thank you. Hey, Angie, how about you be surprised like the rest of us? If we give you any information, you're just gonna focus on that and ignore the rest.
Yes, I'm going to see what your spirits, what advice your spirit guides would give you in the area of love and romance, just to help you out. Okay. What's your guide's best advice? Okay. Number one, there's that reminder that a marriage isn't just about two people. It's about a coming together of two families, two communities, two groups of friends. So that's something that you always should work on in a relationship and look for in a relationship, which is very good, because if you cultivate these things in a relationship, the relationship is far more likely to succeed.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, and you have the force. Yeah, I hear him. You have the Four of Swords reverse, which just means get out there and look, which goes back to what the producer was saying. Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything. Did I say something?
Yes.
About what?
Yes, about the man she's going to marry.
Oh,
You don't, just go out
be
and look
surprised?
instead.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah, yeah.
surprised. But this is the best advice is for you to keep in mind. It's not just about you and me, but it's about you and me and all those around us. Because if you have somebody that, if you're dating somebody, but they'll never introduce you to their family, well, that's not a coming together. That's not the kind of relationship you should cultivate. You should be able to get along with each other's families and friends and really feel like you're bringing these groups of people together. All right.
Well, somebody out there isn't happy with what I've said. Good try on that psychic attack, though, eh? Yeah.
Did I make the right choice to turn down the place I got approved for last week? Ooh, well. See, it's funny your spirit guys are going, well, how do you feel about it? Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say. Your guides are just kind of going, okay, whatever. Yeah. Actually, you probably did, and I just say that I can see that you were dissatisfied with what's being offered, and it just seems like you were kind of being roped into a lot. There was something distrustworthy about them. I see that right there, but don't worry. Yes, you did the right thing. You're spending your money, and you're not looking for the cheapest place in town. You're looking for the best place for the money you have to spend. And if you keep looking with completely in mind about what you want, you will find it.
All right. There you go, Kara.
Yeah. If you don't trust somebody, you shouldn't sign the pay. You shouldn't join it. You shouldn't get into a legal agreement with them, like a lease.
Oh, cool Libra.
Oh.
Didn't we go through this last week?
Oh.
What will be the zodiac sign or personality of my next girlfriend?
Okay, and these two cards fell out, cool Libra, and they're both major arcana cards. And they're kind of saying, you get what you give in this life. So instead of saying, what sign will my girlfriend be like, or what will she be like, you work on what you're like. Decide the kind of person that you want your girlfriend to be, and then you be the kind of person that she would be attracted to. It's just like work on self-improvement. Work on grasping the opportunities in front of you. You've got a really good card here in the Fool. I often tell people I've got a tattoo that goes from here to here based on this particular card. It's a very powerful message about being able to go forward even if you can't see what's directly in front of you. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And that lion hanging to his leg reminds you that it's life's hardships that push you forward. So instead of waiting for somebody to just magically appear in your life, decide who you are and who you want in your life. And if you want to attract a better class of woman, be a better class of man. Just that simple.
All right. We won't get into the zodiac sign bullshit, but it is.
It is what it is.
That goes for everybody. The zodiac sign. You know what that means? Just that you were born at a random time at a random date on a timeline that's made up. So it means nothing.
Although I do believe that, it's like I don't believe that because you were born on a sign of Virgo, you're a certain way or another because of where some lights were in the sky, but because of the season of the year. Like Virgos tend to be ultra organized in that, but it's not because they're Virgos. It's because they were born at a time when harvest was happening, a very busy time of year. So, that influences them.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
all right.
There goes those cards flying. Can I get you some hand glue?
Sure.
Holy goodness.
I know. Yeah. Well, Starfall wants a general reading in February.
Really? Wow.
And it really feels like life wants to push you on somehow and you're being very.
All right, I think you need to switch decks there.
Yeah, I'm about ready to do that, but it's kind of I like them when they're lively. Eh? Okay, so
Starfall, general for February.
I can tell you right
All
now.
right, hang on. Starfall, the number is 519-272-1293. You call that number, you make an appointment, and that's when you get a general reading for a whole month. Moving on. No, I'm just kidding, Starfall.
Yeah, but with the cards flying out like that, and the kind of cards that were being flashed at me, Starfall, I think the general message here is about you being willing to move forward, because there's a lot of cards showing themselves of just kind of standing in one place waiting for something to happen, or for whatever reason you're hanging on to a situation. This game, like,
is it one of those you miss 100% of the shots you don't take things?
pretty much, yeah. Don't be afraid to dream.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you'll never get to dance with a prince unless you go to the ball, right? Yeah. Okay, so a general for reading for February. It looks like you're doing okay. It's just this is a time to start acting on your dreams. Don't be afraid to want something. Don't be afraid to go for something.
All right. So. AP, it's a whole reading for the year.
Just a brief insight.
Just a brief insight.
Okay, we'll see what you guys want to tell us. Okay? Okay. What would you like to tell AP for February? What do we need to know most? Okay, so first off, don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to tell somebody that you like them. Don't be afraid to smile. Don't be afraid to share joy. Don't be afraid to share joy, love, and creativity. It really feels like when I see this, it's like there's so much in you that you need to share, and you kind of hold it inside. So don't leave your light under a barrel. And also, don't be so hung up on loyalty that you will stay in an abusive situation. Because it really feels like you have some people around you who would like to keep you down. And you're kind of like this bright little star. So instead of looking at the people who are going to tell you the proper way to act or behave, why don't you try being yourself? And go ahead and be that bright little creative and slightly wonky person. You'll find out that the people that you like the most will like you that way.
Chris, what are you talking about? No sound, Felix camera. What? You got me confused here. Way to go. Like that's going to help the show.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. All right. Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
Oh, some message guides or guide messages.
Okay.
There we go.
So, I think that after the pick card, I'm going to switch over to the Lenormand. We haven't had the Lenormand for a while. Okay, for Alicia and the guys, their first message. Sometimes you don't need to hang around the mean girls. Okay, it looks like for whatever reason you're letting yourself be drawn into the dramas and what have you of people who are gossipy and nasty and backbiting, and you really need to get those people out of your life sooner rather than later. Your guides are also reminding you that you're on a specific path, and you actually had a purpose and going for the path and choosing the things that you've chosen in life so far. And they're saying keep putting one foot in front of the other. Don't let anybody bully you into believing you're less than. Anybody who bullies you a little bit or criticizes you or makes you feel less than yourself is somebody that you should not be hanging around. Period, period, period. Love wants to happen to you, by the way.
Okay, I think our next question comes from Lynette. Hello. How would pursuing a social work degree turn out for me? Well, that's an interesting question.
Okay.
Lynette wants to know whether spending the money on that is worth it.
Okay. And I'm just trying to figure out where I am right now.
That's all right, there you
go.
are. Well, on that, there's lots of different social work, so I think you need to kind of figure out which sector you might enjoy.
Yes. Let's see what you guys have to say about education for Lynette.
I work in the developmental services sector, and DSWs have an apprenticeship here in Ontario. You don't even need to get a degree. They'll pay you.
Okay. Social work. Interesting. First off, they're full on saying yes, go for it, go for it, go for it. And he talked about an apprenticeship, and when you see the 8 of coins, it is climbing up the ladder, and it is reaching the master craftsman point. So that would be indicative of an apprenticeship or whatever, climbing up the ladder. But I feel like you may need to look at what you're being told with a grain of salt, just because I think that some of the people that you are talking to are more interested in getting you to go to school and put in for financial aid and line their pockets than they are about getting you into the field and actually seeing you work and succeed at it. Okay, so be very careful about the school you choose and what their outlook is.
And by all means, talk to the social work agencies in your area and see what kind of qualifications they're looking for.
Yeah, it looks like the
because you might find you don't need as many as you think. I have none. Ta-da! Patricia. Oh no! Look at that. It's that time.
Oh,
it's that time.
It's that time.
Oh, these cards are not working out for you. You want to do the pick 3 with those?
Yes, and then we'll switch over to the Lenormand.
Oh man, I called it a pick 3. Oh,
okay.
Do I get a mulligan on that?
Sure.
All right, it's time for pick a card. We'll be right back. Hang on. And it's time once again for pick a card. This time for the week of February 5th, 2024. Here we go.
Okay, folks. And which card will you pick for this week? Will you pick card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Which will it be for this week? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Give you a few seconds to decide. Ready? Did you pick card number 1? Well, if you pick card number 1, then your tarot card for the week is the Knight of Swords reversed. And the Knight of Swords reversed talks about somebody, he is reversed, so he is showing his more negative side. You have somebody who's in, it looks like this week you're going to be dealing with people who might be a little impatient and short-tempered. And it's just saying that this week you're going to have to work especially hard at being even-tempered. And remember what Mother Teresa says, when people are jerks, love them anyway, right? And just look for somebody who's going to try and push your buttons. And I think the key to this week is you stay calm, even when somebody else is yelling. Okay, did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your card for this week is the 9 of Coins. coins. What a lovely card. It does say that some of the things that you have been working on and the path that you have set ahead for yourself is becoming more clear. And so it looks like you should just keep on doing what you've been doing. This is a one foot in front of another week, but know that you're headed in a very good direction and there is rewards at the end of your path. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then your tarot card for the week, oh, yikes, is the devil. And, I know everybody's like, "Arr!" And I'd feel the same way. But when you have the devil, the trick with the devil is to remember that devil is somebody who's going to try and manipulate you and trap you. But the truth is, the only one that's really trapped is the devil himself. So do not let yourself be manipulated by the devil. Know that you're going to have to stand up for yourself this week and not let yourself be run down by somebody who makes you think they're bigger than you, because they're not. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's pick card. I almost did it. And we'll see you again next week for another edition of Pick a Card.
All right, we're back.
We're back. We're back with Lenormand.
Oh, hopefully I got the camera set up for that. That's a bigger spread.
Well, I won't put out as many.
Oh, yeah, that's what you always say.
I know I always say that.
And then we've got mac and cheese for 16 days. Hello, Patricia. I'm currently working 3 jobs part-time and want to know how many more months my job with quote-unquote cute boss will last.
Oh, why you tell me about 3 jobs when you just want to know about 1? Well, let's just see what Lenormand has to say to you. Okay. Well, there's cute boss. I don't know. I worry a little bit about cute boss's clarity as far as business goes. Interesting. Because I see a separation coming up. So I know you're going to drop at least one of the jobs. I'm not sure which one. And then when it comes to March, you're going to be down to 1 job. So it looks like you're slowly but surely whittling it down. Let's see what they have to say about. Whoops. Oh, good. By the time May rolls around, April showers bring May flowers, right? By the time May rolls around, it looks like, interesting. Yeah, it looks like Cute Boss is going to find more and more things for you to do. Because look at that. Look at the 2 of you just together. And there's both have this bouquet, both spades. Spades are kind of prickly people, but you are a prickly person, so there you go. So I hope that answered your question.
All right. So 79. Will I resonate more with learning cards for tarot, Lenormand, playing cards, or oracle cards? I feel that there is something pulling me.
Okay, well, like the oracle cards, I know a lot of people say I use oracle cards, but there are 100 different types of oracle cards, and they have different kinds of structure to them. So
there's no commonality.
There is no commonality.
Other than they're called oracle cards.
Yes. And the Lenormand, which I'm using right now, I use every now and then, is based on, it used to be called the Gypsy cards. As a matter of fact, I think it still is. And it's based on, I think it's 32 or 36 cards. The particular deck that I have was made by a fellow named Ryan Edwards. And it's called the Maybe Lenormand because he actually added all 52 cards. So as you can see, each Lenormand card, like this one is the safe. And the safe is associated with 4 of diamonds, right? And so it doesn't make any sense for the Lenormand to actually be 32 or 36 cards. It really does need to be 52. And I'm glad that Ryan Edwards saw that. The tarot I've been reading for a long time, a long, long, long time. And I'm very familiar with it, and I love it. I think it's a very powerful system. But it really is, it's up to you. You know, go online. If you find some decks, Google the decks, and you'll find, if you Google it and click on images, I'm sure you'll find pictures that show you all the deck, the whole deck. So you can look at all the cards and see which imagery and which artwork works the best for you.
Do be careful, though. There's a lot of tarot decks out there that only have art for the major arcana, and they skip the minor arcana, and they're just no images on them.
That's why I tell you,
yeah,
go to Google, make sure that you see them all.
Those paintings are the way they are for a reason. And yeah. So I'm going to add to that. So 79 is, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to read for other people, stick with the tarot cards. That's something that they're at least somewhat familiar with if you're lucky. Lenormand, nobody knows. Reading playing cards, people get confused because they just see playing cards. Oracle cards, yeah, you already got our answer on that. So I hope that, do you want to do a reading on that, or I don't think there's necessarily.
Yeah, because which one you resonate more is actually up to you, and which cards you look at and you actually like the look of. To be real honest, that's the best way to do it. Which cards do you like the look of? Because those are the ones that are going to catch your attention, and those are the ones that you're going to be drawn into the artwork. I would say that you're better off to not get the ones that have the meanings written on them. And I just say that because it's confusing. Because sometimes the card will mean one thing, but another time it'll mean another. Because they're conversational, they're like words, and they work with one another that way. So whatever artwork you like the best is what you should go with.
Okay. Welcome back, Speak Knowledge. Suzanne wants to know about her dad. Will he get better having a better diet?
I can't see how he couldn't. That sounds like winning combination to me, but let's see. Suzanne and her dad. Okay, so this is Lenormand. Know what that is? Okay, so the quick answer to that is yes. I do see that you've got one female here that shows up as a serpent, and we've already gone there. And so because for whatever reason, she might try and sabotage that, because there's just that feeling about it. You just have to do what you can, come over with a little one, because it really brightens up his day to see his grandson. When you say a better diet, the hog really rings through, so it makes me think that maybe he's supposed to be off pork or off bacon. Ham. Maybe it's ham, because it's in April. He's really tempted, and it has this holiday feel to it. But it does say that, yes, it'll take him a while to adjust to it, but yes, he will do better health-wise. I guess it always has to be a drama first, doesn't it? Okay. And everybody, remember, take just a couple seconds to hit that like button. It really helps us out with our analytics. And of course, subscribe, because we would really like you to be a part of our psychic family.
I got one more.
Sure. Subscribe.
All right. Speak knowledge. Where will I meet my future partner for love? I believe that I am ready. All right. Well, that means you're ready. Okay. Well,
Okay. Where is speak knowledge? Oh, there we go. Okay, where will I meet my future partner in love? Believe that I'm ready.
I think the Lenormand's the perfect deck for that.
Yes, yes, indeed. Okay, so let's see what the Lenormand has to say. Speak knowledge, but I'm serious though. When you will meet your future partner right here on good old Earth. Oh, look, we got Clover there. Okay. Okay, so I think when it says that, when I see that Clover, just like everybody else, I think of I think of St. Patrick's Day.
What is that last one?
That one is oh, what do they call that? A flog, a whip.
Oh.
But it's more like a flog, and this one has to do with the idea that you tend to be self-abnegating, and so maybe look at yourself through nicer eyes, be nicer to yourself, be kinder to yourself in the way you speak about yourself and the way you think about yourself. But you ask when you're going to meet somebody, it does look like there's communication happening with somebody. So it's not so much there's communication ahead of time, maybe emails, maybe somebody online. But if the day it looks like you meet somebody, it's St. Patty's Day. Pretty cool. You're worthy, speak knowledge.
Yeah, quit torturing yourself.
Amen. Pretty drastic when a flog shows up in your reading.
Suzanne would like news about her work. What work?
Suzanne and work. Okay.
Study, Eddie.
Yeah. The book's a really good card. So the energies are positive around this. So I do believe you're going to get a job. Don't you live in the Kitchener area? So for some reason, when I see the balloons, a lot of times I'll think of Kitchener because they have the balloon launches, and that's just what keeps drawing my eye. But it does look like you will that there's something already in the books. So one of the jobs that you are, one of the places you've already applied to, is going to call you back. So take a deep breath.
All right, Clinifa's back.
Hi, Clinifa.
How will my interview go tomorrow? Ooh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, how will her interview go tomorrow?
And right now we're working with Lenormand. They're smaller but just as jumpy. We were working on the tarot cards and they were jumping all over the place, and these seem to want to do the same thing. Also, a special message out there for Patty C. Please call your sister. Thank you. Okay, so Glanifa Mina.
What did I miss there?
Oh, that was a private message for Patty C.
Okay.
She's listening.
Right.
I know she is. Okay, so we're looking at Glanifa's interview. Ooh. In the Lenormand, the Tower is actually a pretty good card. It talks about institutions and government, insurance institutions, business, stuff like that. So it does look like you're whatever you're interviewing might have a lot to do with rules and regulations and the like. You have a key here which talks about this. You're a good candidate here. Oh, oh, and don't call me now, Patty. See, I can hear. I hear my phone in the other room. Wait until after 10. Anyhow, Glenifa, your interview will go pretty good tomorrow. The key is here. And so, usually when they go through interviews, I don't know whether this is maybe the second interview or something, because it's kind of like you're one of the interviews that they put a Post-it note on, sort of thing. I've worked in HR before, and usually when you're doing interviews, you may interview a number of candidates, but even before you do the interviews, there's a couple that you especially like because of the resumes, and you fall in that category right there. So you can walk in wearing a confident face. Walk in tall. You're fine. Now you do have this mice, and this mice is about little annoyances. But when I put my hand on it, it feels like they're telling me this is part of the job, is dealing with little annoyances and cleaning up little problems. And then we go right back to the key card, which tells me this should go well for you.
Just remember, a lot of little annoyances and a lot of little problems should be rewarded.
With some cheese.
Yeah, that's right. You know what we're saying, don't sell yourself short when they ask for how much you want.
Okay, and Marcy has said that we're up to 489 subscribers. We really want to get to that 500 level. So everybody out there, can you help us out? Call some of your friends. See if you can get them to tune in and subscribe.
Never mind. Take their phone and go on their YouTube and subscribe for them.
Okay.
All right, son. Can I be added? You already are. I feel someone near me is going to transition, but not sure. Transition to what? Feels like father-in-law type.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so.
Oh, that kind of transition.
Yeah. It just, he just wants to see life and death. What they can tell him about life and death right now. Literally. All right, so.
No one gets out.
Okay. No one gets out alive. Yeah, well, everything that's born will someday die. That's just part of the rules, eh?
Except for them ants.
Ants?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so you did say father-in-law, and if you look here, you've got the this, which would be the hand of the groom, and this would be the hand of the bride. You see the lace and the pearls, which is indicative of a bride, the tuxedo suit and cuff, indicative of the groom, and the idea here is that this is something to do with marriage, in-laws. So you're probably very right there, and it feels like it's something that is expected, and I see that in the tower. It's kind of baked in the cake, and yes. So yes, his demise is close. I mean, look, I'm not going to say his. Sorry about that. That's kind of overstepping my bounds, but I can say that you are correct. There is a coffin right here, and I think what you're picking on as far as in-laws, it reads true as well. Okay.
Okay. Hello, Karine. I believe you're new here.
Hello.
Hey, Kelly. Kelly Saunders. Will there be travels out of province for me this summer? That is entirely up to you. How badly do you want to go?
The bride. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Patty. Oh my goodness. Oh. So who's next?
What? You weren't paying attention either?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
damn. Kelly Saunders. Will there be travels out of province for me this summer?
Okay. Wow.
You're way too far up.
I
Oh,
know.
there you are.
Well, I scroll too fast, or my mouse makes it scroll too fast. Try
Sure.
not to do it, but it still jumps. Kelly Saunders. Kelly Saunders and travel. Travel's always fun. Well, usually anyway. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, Kelly. It's funny because it's saying that until you get your wings going, until you get those travel plans cemented down right now, you're getting a little moody and difficult to deal with. So yeah, you definitely want to travel, but it says it gives me the number of two, and so it feels like your travel plans will be a little bit more cemented in over another 2 months. But the answer to your question is yes, yes, and it will do wonders for your mood.
Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Princess Nee, hello. Will I be in a relationship this year? Oh, once again, this is something that's up to you.
Okay, but you missed over brother Chris.
What was their question?
Yeah, he said thanks
Oh,
for the
sorry.
tea.
Yeah.
As I'm going through a lot, what does my week have in store? Ooh, okay, well, you asked. I'll look. Okay. What does your week have in store? And everybody sends some healing energies to Chris because he's going through a really hard transition in his life right now, and life's throwing him things from all different directions, good and bad. And it does look like you're going to be dealing with you are going to be dealing with some upsets and some shocks. Um, I really, and I think that's an extension of what we talked about this afternoon. Yeah, that's nice. I like to see this. That crane. I always feel very fortunate and lucky around the crane, especially since she's looking at her and there's that heart next to her. The crane sounds really good, and I think that what you're going through, it's kind of like that finality. Once you reach that final point and that passing point, you're going to find yourself surprisingly calm and at ease, like all right with it. Yeah, which is good because it gives you the chance to deal with others. So you will be calm enough that you'll be able to offer healing to others. That's wonderful.
All right. Moving on. Princess Nee.
Yes.
Will I be in a relationship this year?
Oh,
All you gotta do is say yes.
yeah. Okay. So, and I really don't understand why relationships would be hard for you because it's like you're an appealing person and you're shy, but you're kind and you're soft spoken. So let's see. Relationship for Princess Nee this year. Let's just see what happens around you. Yeah, I see you're not seeing the forest for the trees. So that tells me that you have the potential right in front of you and you're just not following through. I mean, you can't expect somebody to put on a suit of armor and get a dozen roses and come up to you on a white horse. So make yourself a little bit more approachable. Definitely. And you have the ship out there, and the ship says, yeah, and you have to get out and socialize a little bit more. So it feels like right now it's kind of like I don't go out socialize because I don't know anybody. But you're not going to get to know anybody until you go out socialize. So it strongly suggests that maybe you start out with maybe clubs that have an interest, the same interest that you have in mind, and before you say, well, there's no men there or there's no women there or whatever, just start with what you like to do and take it from there. That's just a starting point. Yeah, you see, you asked about a relationship this year, and all you have to do is open up a little bit, because a relationship definitely wants to happen to you, and I think has wanted to happen to you for a long time. It's up to, Princess, you gotta leave the castle every once in a while if you want to meet anybody. Okay.
All right, Middleine. My ex and I broke up in December. I'm in no contact. He won't talk to me. We were together for 2 years, long distance, traveled the world, met each other's families. Will he come back?
Oh, I can't see that happening.
Yeah, but how about the cards? What did they see?
Yeah. And I just say that because I think that there's more at play there on his side. You see, there you have, the time you were there, the good times, the good luck, the happiness. Yeah. And there he is saying, peace out. Okay, so will he come back? No. And this is, I think he might have, like you go here, there's all this good energy, and then all of a sudden you got this black confused energy. So you might have somebody that has some kind of an issue. Okay. A split personality, something like that. It's kind of like a side of him has come out that you don't know. And so, no, I don't see him. I do not see him coming back. However, I do see somebody else coming in. You've got the loyal friend coming in right here. So, will he come back? No. And that's not on you. That's on him. I'm sure his family was hopeful when they met you.
Okay. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Speak Knowledge. All right. Patty C says, don't tell me to call and not answer. And she wants to know, is the bride I talked to last night okay?
Oh. Yeah, so sometimes I understand sometimes you end up getting somebody on the phone that you do worry about when you're in hospitality. Eh? Okay, so let's see how the bride's going to go. Let's hope it's not a Kill Bill situation. Although the bride did pretty good for herself. It's just everybody else around her
that. She got her kid back.
She sure did. Okay. Oh, wow. Will she be okay? Yes. Yes, absolutely, she'll be okay. It feels like whatever problems she has, whatever she's got going on that's causing stress, is just something that's there to help her bring out her shiny new spine and stand up to herself. Because when I look at where she's going from this, she goes to a place of recognition and it's a medal, so it's kind of an area of reward. So yes, she will be okay.
Okay. All right. Yep. Yes, we are. Oh, hello, Karine. I've been following the channel for a while. I've had a reading with Sally back in 2015.
Oh, good.
Well, welcome.
I'm
to
still,
the channel.
Well, no, I wasn't at the spa at the tracks here, but I'm still in Stratford. I'm at the spa near the tracks.
All right. I think we got our last question here. Joel, will I run into my soulmate in February? You got a yes or no dice over there?
Oh, well,
Flip a coin?
yeah.
Spin the bottle?
Yes. Okay. Well,
A Gradle? Nothing? Oh, crap. All right, flip a card then.
That's a simple question. All right. Okay. So, um, here's the thing that they're saying no, but they're pointing to the fact that you're kind of still moping around the last one. And so that's going to be a problem because people can feel that. And so if you're looking for somebody new, you're not going to get somebody who's going to take you seriously if they could tell that your heart's owned by somebody else. And women have a good nose for that. So give yourself some time to heal a little bit better, Joel, and then go out there. And let everybody see your sweet side. You are a very sweet man.
Okay. All right. Well, guess what?
Ooh, it's past 10. It's
Past
time for
10
us to
o'clock.
watch. Time for us to watch Oak Island.
We already seen it this week.
We did. Okay, Patty, I'll give you a call right away. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Tune in again next week, Sunday at 9 o'clock for Psychic Sundays Live, right here with Sally Diane and her producer.